Hi there. In this video we will briefly introduce the breadth first search algorithm. This particular algorithm was invented in 1945 and reinvented in 1959 to find the shortest path out of a maze. This is opposed to the depth first search, which was invented originally to find any path out of a maze. This is an algorithm for traversing or searching tree or graph data structures. This algorithm will begin with some arbitrary vertex and will explore neighboring vertices before moving to the next level neighbors. The worst case performance of this algorithm is similar to the depth first search. It is big O of V plus E, which is to say that it is a linear search algorithm that has a big O that is the sum of the number of vertices and the number of edges in the graph. The breadth first search uses a queue data structure to store vertices as opposed to the stack data structure used by depth first search. The queue data structure is what supports this behavior of exploring all adjacent vertices before moving on to the next level neighbors. Breadth first search will track which vertices have been visited by marking them. This marking action is what avoids the algorithm going into infinite loops. This algorithm is virtually the same as the depth first search, but substitutes a queue first in, first out data structure for the last in, first out stack data structure used by the depth first search. Let's look at the algorithm. The algorithm for the breadth first search is going to be divided into two general parts. The first part is going to be setting up the algorithm, and then the second part will be a loop which will be responsible for the traversal portion of the algorithm. So, in the initialization phase, we'll begin by clearing all marks. Once the marks have been cleared, we'll enqueue the starting vertex into the queue. That will complete the first phase of the algorithm. The next phase is going to be made up of a loop. So long as the queue is not empty, the algorithm dequeues a vertex from the queue, marks it, and then it queues all adjacent unmarked vertices. Let's take a look at the algorithm in action. Here we have a tree-like graph with vertices A through H. Initially, they are colored orange to indicate that all of the vertices are marked. At the bottom of the image you see, there is a blue shaded region labeled Q. This is where we will keep track of the vertices entering and exiting the queue. Let's get started. Now, the first thing that's going to happen is we're going to clear all the marks and then enqueue some starting vertex. For this example, we'll begin with vertex A. That concludes the setting up portion of the algorithm, the first phase. Now we'll enter into a series of repetitions which will enact or perform the traversal of the algorithm. Okay, so while the queue is not empty, and it's not, A is currently in the queue, dequeue it and mark it. The next step in the repetition is to enqueue all adjacent unmarked vertices. So in this case, that will be B, C, and D. This ends the first repetition. Now, since the queue is not empty, we will begin another repetition. The next repetition begins by dequeuing B and marking it. Next, we'll enqueue all adjacent unmarked vertices. In this case, it'll be vertex E and vertex F. This ends the next repetition of the algorithm. Since the queue is not empty, we will have another repetition. That repetition will begin by dequeuing C and marking it. Next, we enqueue all adjacent unmarked vertices. There are none. This ends the repetition. Since the queue is not empty, we will have another repetition. That will begin by dequeuing D and marking it. Next, we'll enqueue all adjacent unmarked vertices. In this case, G and H. This ends this particular iteration of the while loop. Since the queue is not empty, we will have another iteration. That iteration begins by dequeuing E and marking it. Next, we will enqueue all adjacent unmarked vertices. There are none. Since the queue is not empty, we will have another repetition of the while loop. It begins by dequeuing F and marking it. Next, we will enqueue all adjacent unmarked vertices. There are none. Since the queue is not empty, we will have another repetition of the while loop. It begins by dequeuing G and marking it. Next, we will enqueue all adjacent unmarked vertices. There are none. Since the queue is not empty, we will have another repetition of the while loop. It begins by dequeuing H and marking it. Next, we will enqueue all adjacent unmarked vertices. There are none. Since the queue is empty, there will be no more repetitions of the while loop. While loop terminates. And after the while loop terminates, so does the breadth first search algorithm. All of the nodes have been visited and marked. This brings this video to a close. In summary, we covered the breadth first search algorithm, talked about its purpose, and demonstrated its method of traversal across the graph. We've highlighted how it is similar and different to a depth first search. The biggest differences being that it uses a queue as part of its traversal strategy, and it also will visit all adjacent vertices from a particular vertex before moving on deeper into the graph, which is opposed to or different than how a depth first search does it, in that the depth first search goes as far as it possibly can along some path before backtracking. Okay, so if you found this video useful, please consider hitting that subscribe button and a thumbs up. Helps get the video in front of more people to see it that might benefit from the video, and also helps the channel out. As usual, if you're a student of mine, please feel free to shoot me an email with any questions that you have, or stop by my office hours. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you next time.